I think the New Zealand military needs to be radically reorganised. At present, our military capabilities are incredibly lopsided. This is because our military is intended for supporting our allies, not defending New Zealand. We have a very strong logistical capacity. We have a very strong anti-submarine capacity. The army, however, has no dedicated air defences whatsoever. In the age of drone warfare, that is insanity. I think that we need a transition towards a well-rounded military. This will probably require an increase in defence spending. But there are ways we can do this for a lower cost. We could look at buying older equipment. We could even look at buying Soviet or Chinese equipment. Many people will think that sounds insane. It is less insane than only buying the most expensive gear. The result of that is a military with extremely lopsided capabilities, as we cannot afford a well-rounded military with first-class equipment. And dated equipment can still be very effective. The vast majority of Ukraine's equipment is very dated, and yet it is still holding up reasonably well. Most importantly, we need to invest in modern technology and asymmetrical capacities. Weapons which don't cost much, but pose a huge threat to the enemy. That is how you deter an enemy attack, by making the risks too great to be worthwhile. Drones are an excellent, cheap, dangerous weapon for an asymmetrical military. We can learn a lot from Ukraine. We are an isolated island nation. We need to be capable of effective sea denial. That means making it impossible for an enemy navy to come anywhere near our coast. Sea denial is not difficult. Aside from a few patrol boats, Ukraine has almost no navy. Russia has a massive navy. Yet Russia's entire Black Sea fleet is stuck in port, and Ukraine even sank their capital ship. How did they do this? Cheap asymmetrical weaponry. Specifically, anti-ship missile trucks, Sea Baby drone boats, and loitering munitions drones. This technology makes it too dangerous for the Russian Navy to come anywhere near the Ukrainian coastline. They already lost their most heavily armed warship to an anti-ship missile attack. This is what asymmetrical sea denial warfare looks like. A cheap force can deter a far more expensive force. Anti-ship missile trucks, explosive drone boats, loitering munitions. These things can send warships that cost hundreds of millions of dollars to the bottom of the ocean in minutes. And in the case of the Slava-class cruiser that was Russia's capital ship, that is exactly what they did. These are cheap weapons that could significantly increase our capacity to defend this country. Kamikaze drones, loitering munitions, drone boats, technicals, bog hammers. These are incredibly cheap weapons that are routinely employed by asymmetrical military forces. If we want a strong, well-rounded defence force, investing in these kinds of weapons would be a very wise move. It is possible to have a military that is relatively low budget while having a strong asymmetrical capacity. We can learn from Ukraine resisting Russia. We can learn from the Houthi rebels who have performed well against the USA and Saudi Arabia in Yemen. Modern technology presents many opportunities, and we need to take advantage of those opportunities. We cannot take our security for granted. The rules-based order is collapsing. Traditional alliances are collapsing. Without these things, only our own forces can keep us safe. Some say that there is no reason for anyone to attack us. Yet no warmonger ever let the lack of a good reason stop them. A strong deterrent is essential. It would reduce our reliance on our allies. It would secure our sovereignty. If we want an independent foreign policy, we need a well-rounded military that can operate independently. It is that simple. Taking advantage of modern technology, we can do that at a low cost. The missiles used to shoot down kamikaze drones are often 10 times more expensive than the drones themselves. Modern technology has facilitated previously inconceivable capacities for asymmetrical defense. We need to embrace that reality.